It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the Dolphins, coming up next.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers are 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in the age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Let's go, boys.
2 now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. but there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
They went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd and goal. Tua to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Tua. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Well, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good.
And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Judy. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Let's go, fellas.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Goes right back to Smith again. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
From the 41, Hurts. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Let's go.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Was solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line, allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination, but they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. To his throw, taken in here by Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On play action, here's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. It's a big play there for Miami. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they
hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put him in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
On first down, Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football from triple option, you've actually called that play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. Powers through him. He did it again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Carlson on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders defense getting ready. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. He dumps this off to Mack. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll try and run for this with Mack. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's in a zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. He gets away from 1. A 1st down and more for Jacobs. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. 111 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Hurts to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15. It's a big play there for Vegas.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And some strong running. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. This to Jacobs on the toss right. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the 1st before he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Let's go!
Josh Jacobs. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Let's go.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, and he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go, boys.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And at the half, they trailed the visiting Washington football team. Curtis Samuel, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Chiefs out on top. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And they've had their way running the football well over 100 yards already as a team with 2 more quarters to come. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground. And the evidence? The numbers. Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 134 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing is Hurts. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Raiders. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got Smith here. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand. And the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the third quarter here. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back to throw now on first down. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short gain.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Second and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get on the field, defense.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 189 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Hurts. Touchdown Raiders. Darren Waller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And bulldozing his way through. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? New set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running it with Jacobs. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, it's Jacobs. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They run it with Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tua. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They try to get the big one downfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Las Vegas, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Miami, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.